Kind of nervous, guys. What do I say right here? Sure. Oh, yeah. Here, just next to me. Oh, it's all offensive guys. I see you.
Where is that?
Good.
Yeah.
So, no one's ever done that here before. First 300-yard game in school history. Can you just give us your feelings about it?
It was a great feeling, but honestly, we had a game plan. We knew we were going to be able to run the ball on them, and we went through practice. We executed. If you saw the way we practiced this week, you would have known it was going to happen. And that's just a testament to our offensive line.
Manny and how important was it for you guys to get a really big comeback in this game, especially considering you're going back on the road next week?
Can you say it again? Sorry, I didn't really.
You're good. How important was it for you guys to get a really good comeback like this, especially going into another road game coming up next week? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's anytime you come off of 2 straight losses, getting a win is good to get some momentum rolling. But now what we have to do is we need to go on the road and we need to win against a really good football team. So just got to continue to work our butts off at practice and come with a great attitude, take care of our bodies, and we're gonna be up for a challenge this upcoming week with Colorado. So we know what we're going into.
For you, obviously having to wait last year kind of as the man up and next in line, and now having this position as the starting running back, what does it feel like to have a game like you did, but then, just the performance as a whole, waiting for this moment? Can you put it into words?
I really can't, but the little that I can give you, I had a game plan, not necessarily a game plan, but a blueprint from my senior year in high school when I sat down with Coach Simon, and we had goals, and I knew what had to be done to get those goals. And sitting that year, like I said, I learned a lot from those two, and that's one thing that I really enjoyed and I really appreciate. And so I think last year really set me up for something like this, just going out and just being hungry on the field.
This is for Cole. When did you guys recognize tonight was going to be special for Eno?
We weren't even paying attention. We just put our head down, run the ball, and do what we had to do.
Manny, what's it like to run an offense where you've got such an effective running attack?
Let them guys go to work, man. These guys, all our running backs really do a really good job. So, Eno just reaped the benefits tonight. So, but really it's all credit to the OL. They did a really good job of setting the right tone and getting their hats on the right spot like I was talking about earlier this week, and, it paid off.
How dangerous does it make this offense when you guys can establish the run game so well and still have guys like Nikhil at the end of the game to be able to have such great weapons in the passing game?
Yeah, obviously running the ball is going to open up passing, and passing the ball is going to open up running. But, I missed some throws tonight that could have opened it up even more probably. So, I'm disappointed in how I played. So,
those 2 long 40-plus yard runs, both of them, you're spinning, you're breaking tackles. Can you just actually go through those plays specifically, each one, what you saw, just kind of what you remember unfolding?
I really honestly don't even recognize I'm doing it. It just happens. I think one thing that Coach Simon preaches is be able to square a guy up and make him miss. And so I felt like I was balanced enough to give him a spin move and keep my balance. And so, like I said, I don't even notice I'm really doing it.
And just to follow up, you put in some gap scheme stuff last week, continuing that. How much of that was a big factor in kind of what happened tonight?
I think it's a big factor. Gap scheme runs is what I did in high school a lot. And so I thought my high school team was tough and physical up front. And so, and these guys here, tough and physical up front, and they also play with a lot of heart.
Manny, Nikhil hadn't touched the ball for a while until that start of the third quarter. Did you guys come out and say, let's make a concerted effort to get the ball in his hands a little bit?
Just sticking to the game plan. The game plan was to get the ball in the running back's hands. We knew we were going to run the ball really well. We just missed a couple. I missed a crosser route to him that went over his head that we got the PI on late in the second quarter, or right before half. And, you know, we're not really focused about trying to put stats up. We're not focused on trying to, you know, think about the individual. My bad. Think about the individualist. Individualistic awards and rewards and all these things. We're just trying to win football games, and you know, that's all we did. That's what was our plan, was to just win this game.
Malik, you guys started off pretty well defensively, and then they got some drives going in the second quarter. How important was stopping them on that 4th and goal as far as momentum and just taking back control of the game?
Yeah, we knew it was a pivotal moment for us. Like, one of those things is we had that issue against San Diego State where we had a moment to take the momentum away and keep it going. So we had to do it again this year, and we went on the field, had our game plan, made the call, and we got it done this time around. So stuff like that, it's about execution. So we always got to execute on those pivotal moments, and we're starting to learn how to do that. We got a young core, and we got guys learning day by day how to get better on plays like that when they're important to show up. So we're going to keep doing that further down the season, so just expect that for the most part.
Just real quick, what was said at halftime to kind of reset the tempo and put you guys back in control a little bit?
No comment.
They can answer.
Yeah.
I mean, we just came out, and at halftime we knew the checks we needed to make. We'd already come out and ran them all week already, just in case we didn't know what we were going to get. But
I feel like y'all are underselling that.
Huh?
What's that?
I said I feel like y'all are underselling that.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment.
From the defense's perspective, you guys had some issues on 3rd down here and there. There was a drive early in the second half. They converted, I think, a 4th and 2 at the goal line. They converted a 3rd and 17, a 3rd and 7. What are the issues on 3rd down?
Sometimes it's just being able to, like, at one point at the time, the DBs are doing their job, but we're not getting enough pressure, so we're letting the quarterback sit too long. Other times it's like coverage mistakes, or maybe just like one of those issues where we're allowed the quarterback to give him the right reads in order to make the plays he needs to play to get the first downs. So, I mean, it's still a process to work on. So, I mean, we just want to go over and film and figure it out.
And on the other side, you guys do seem to be able to get pressure. What
Yeah.
happens there that you're able to get that?
That's just keep ramming it in on them boys. Like, just keep coming after the line. They got to give up eventually, and then that's one of those things. My fault. But nah, you just we got to be relentless. So that's one of the things that Coach AP preaches with the linebackers and the D line. You got to be relentless. All right, my fault. I'll get the pause on that one. but yeah, so we just keep coming relentlessly. It ends up coming fair. We got, I think I got 2, Soli got 2, Merlin got 1, and I think Butler got 1. So that's showing how the linebackers are taking that into account. What Coach AP is preaching throughout the week, that we just got to be relentless on every play.
Malik, if you're good for one more here,
Yeah.
No penalties from the defense tonight.
Yeah.
How disciplined were you guys out there?
I mean, it was a great. I didn't even realize that, but that's one of those things. Like, we expect to play like that. Like, if that's like when you just lose your cool, lose your composure, then that's how you're playing. But we play in the poised defense. We expect to play poised all the time. So no penalties. That's a testament to what we do day in and day out, keeping my mentality right.
So the road struggles have been well documented. What do you guys have to do to be able to translate what you guys do in Tempe to have that success on the road?
Just little details, little things that make the difference in football games, like owning the football, little things like quarterback making the correct read, receivers running the right route at the right depth. You can't, on the road, you can't give the opposing team any gifts. You can't, say, here you go, here's an opportunity for you guys. But when they give us opportunities, we have to capitalize. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing is when we get the ball back, defense gets the ball back, we have to capitalize on those and put points on the board and get momentum and just start rolling. And that's all it is. You got to start fast. And, we can't wait till the third quarter to get rolling. We got to start rolling in the first quarter, especially against a team like Colorado. They're going to go fast. So.
Yeah. Cole, from an offensive lineman perspective, what was it like to see Eno have such a big night?
Exciting. I mean, we didn't even know as an OL that Eno had that many yards until that last drive, and then someone came up and said, oh, he only needs 16 more yards to get it. So we just went to work.
For you, who would you say is your biggest support system?
My biggest support system outside of my parents, or? I would go with my parents and then also my running back coach, who is here today, back from high school. And so I would say he's probably my biggest supporter outside of my parents.
What do you think they're going to say?
I don't know. I was just out there. My mom has a flight to catch, so I was looking for her. She was jumping, screaming, and so I would say she's quite proud.
What's the coach's name you just mentioned?
Coach Tejan.
Say it again.
Matt Tejan.
Matt Tejan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, spell it for him. So.
Tietjen.
Save you the trouble.
Yeah.
and Manny, just to have him run for 300 yards, just can you?
It's lovely. It's lovely to have a back run for 300 yards anytime. I mean, it doesn't happen often. So, I mean, I'm really proud of him because I know how hard he works in practice. I know the beating his body takes. It's not easy to get 30 carries a game. Not a lot of people can do that. So I got a ton of respect for him, but, he's the first person to know that I ain't going to, be all happy with him. It's time to go back to work and, hopefully he does it again. So.
Manny, can you speak to the deep ball? It looks like you guys were taking some shots. A couple you missed. A couple were there. What can you do?
The one to Kyle, man, that one hurt. I guess I got too excited. I knew it was gonna be open. Those are throws I really have to make. It's unexcusable. So, but we took some shots downfield. We connected on a couple. There's a couple we didn't connect on. There's just time and things. We need to hit those next week, though. So, we threw the ball 25 times, 14 out of 25. So that's average for me. I can do better than that. So just personally, it should probably be about 21 to 25 if I correct some issues with my mechanics. So.
Last one, 300-yard games in high school. How many, and if any, and would you say that was your best performance that you've had tonight?
How many 300-yard games? I'm not sure. I touched the ball a lot. I think in my 4 years of high school, I touched the ball over 1,000 times. So, yeah. So,
wing team
is my so is that the best performance I've had? I wouldn't say so. No. Yeah.
Stop gassing him up. He ain't that good.
Hey, if y'all could take that ramming portion out the interview.